I got a new camera last week. I'm not filming on it yet. I've done some little videos out by the beach, but I haven't edited them or anything, and I'm gonna get figure out how to use it. It's pretty straightforward, and then next time I'll film on that. But it's 8:40 p.m. on Saturday, and I literally almost flaked on myself and wasn't consistent, and that pissed me off. This is the baby's first night sleeping in pack and play instead of her bassinet. So I'm a little nervous, but it's going to be more space for her, and she's on the verge of rolling over. And once she can do that, she's going to the crib. But I wanted to talk about something pretty cool that happened. It harkens back to something I've shared about before, which is the power of personal branding. And people are really insecure about showing up like on the internet or online or in videos. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's gonna roll over because they don't want people to judge them, which I understand. We all have a little bit of imposter syndrome, but I want to share what happened to me because of things that I've shared on the internet before. Last month, beginning of May, I was thinking I'm gonna have to do something now that another person depends on me. Not that I wasn't doing anything, but my home studio is now her bedroom. All of my metal smithing stuff is in storage. I still have jewelry, which is available, and I am having a sale on Wolf and Badger right now if you want to check it out. Nueva Lux. Also at nuevalux.com. You know what I'll do? I'll make a discount code for my website, and that discount code will be YouTube. And you can check out the website to see what the discount is. I'm going to give you a generous discount. Anyway, so my jewelry business, I still have inventory, so I'm still selling that, but I don't know what that's going to look like in the future because I won't be making it myself. Maybe I will do more design and less manufacturing, but I'm a new mom. Like, I have to figure out, what am I doing? Your whole identity shifts when you become a mom and you look in the mirror and you're like, who is this person? Whose body am I in? Because that does not look like me. At the beginning of May, I was sitting on my couch and I'm like, I'm gonna have to do something else. I've done some cool brand collaborations on TikTok and Instagram. Those are great. It's a few $100s here and there and some cool gear, but it's hard to commit to those with a baby. It's hard to sit down and film, especially if they want to tell you what to say or what scenes they want, because I like to be the director of my brand collaborations, depending on how much you're trying to pay. Maybe I can be more flexible. But anyhow, I've said yes to a few since the baby was born. I've done something with Kiehl's. I've done some stuff with Mom Cozy. I did a collaboration right before she was born with with Victor and Rolf, the perfume brand for Macy's. But it's just harder to be showing up all the time in video. And also it's hard to commit to a video if I have to have a bunch of shots. And, you know, it's better to film during the day. I'm filming at night right now with my little light. This light is awesome. This is not the Alex Earl light. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, but it's good light. So back to my story. It's the beginning of May. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, I'm going to have to do something. Number one, I can't work a corporate job ever again. Like, I think I'll break out in hives. Oh my gosh, my daughter's so close to rolling over. It's freaking me out. I don't want to be asking someone, may I please have the afternoon off to go to the dentist? Like, I'm about to be 40 years old and I have a master's degree. Like, I don't need to be, I don't know. It's hard. What's my path look like? I didn't like say anything to anyone. I didn't like go on LinkedIn or Indeed or anything like that. I didn't make a resume. It was just a thought in my head, like, this is something I'm going to have to start thinking about. Like, what's the next move professionally? Because this baby needs diapers, you know? So the next week I get a text from one of my friends that says, hey, do you have any interest in managing a social media account for one of the clients here? And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I hadn't really thought of social media management. I did manage social media accounts for a radio station when I first graduated college. The internet was different back then, but that was like a Facebook page and Twitter and things like that. What weird timing. I was just trying to decide like what is the next step for me, or what direction should I go in now that I have this baby. I don't want to leave her during the day. I'm not, she's so small. I'm just not ready to do that yet. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that at all, and that's not what I'm saying, but I just don't want to be away from her yet, and I can't do a corporate job again. I've done that for too many years. I have to do something more creative, and I have to have flexibility, and I have to work with or for people that trust that I'm going to do my work and don't breathe down my neck. You know? Like, oh, that could be interesting. I was like, well, I'm interested. Let's talk about it. It was just the timing was really crazy, right? I'm thinking about this one week, the following week, I get this text. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, as long as I don't have to prepare, like, I don't have anything prepared and I don't have time to sit down and, like, write a resume. If he wants to look at my LinkedIn or something, she's like, he's already seen your websites. I think he already likes you. So just get on the phone and see what you think. So I had a phone call, and pretty much I ended up with a gig, right? I don't work. I'm not an employee. I'm still like an independent contractor. And I just thought that was so interesting. I'm saying all that to say, put yourself out there. I have a website, I have a personal website, and I have my business, Nueva Lux. But it's like still scary to think like someone could find that and be like, oh, who does this person think she is? Blah, blah, blah. But also, who cares? Like, anyone who thinks like that is a loser. But that's basically, it's a calling card. Someone can find out more about you and see the kind of work you've done or what your interests are and what kind of person you are, just like from getting a website and writing some stuff, blogging, sharing a little bit about your background. You can end up working without even looking for work. I think that's pretty cool. The internet is cool in and of itself, but that's just so interesting to me. And I have been screaming about like, get a website, get your own website. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter or X are borrowed real estate. You don't own the platform. You don't even own your content. Other people could just rip it. So I can't overstate enough how important I think it is for you, whoever you are watching this, to have your own piece of digital real estate on the internet where you can share about yourself and the projects you've worked on or what you're interested in working on or what you're trying to learn. And all of those things are really intimidating and scary because no one wants to be judged by anyone. But guess what? Even if we don't want to, we're all being judged by everyone all the time. Whether you're doing something worth judging or not, people are judging you. So at least do something. I'm still showing up making videos on the internet. I'm about to be 40 years old. And maybe other people are like, that's pretty weird. But okay, I don't have to work a job where I'm miserable anymore. That is totally worth it to me. And I think it would be worth it to you too. And I, of course, I mean, I'm navigating so much more now as a mom and trying to figure out what it's going to look like working and managing raising a person along with my 2 dogs. And I still want to make videos and I still want to make cool stuff and I still want to help people stop being so scared. Life is scary enough. Don't be scared. I just want you to show up. I want you to build your personal brand. Maybe that's just sharing more stuff on LinkedIn or maybe just sharing more on Facebook or whatever it is for you. But I really think you should have your own piece of the internet that belongs to you, that you control, and isn't dictated by the changes in the algorithm, because some people's entire businesses go away when TikTok bans their account. You don't want that to happen to you, and you always see Etsy sellers complaining about, I should do a whole video on Etsy, but about how Etsy will withhold funds or say, oh, you got too many new orders. We don't know if you can ship them out in time. Let's stop allowing you to accept orders. Things like that. You don't want that. You want to own your space in the digital world. Real, tangible real estate is freaking expensive. I created a document about how to build your personal brand. I'm going to find it and link it to this video if you want some more tips on how to do that, or I could just make a whole video about how to do that. I've been making content and working with brands since way before I quit my corporate job. I used to blog for websites more than a decade ago. I've created content for a bunch of brands. I've written scripts for TikToks for brands. I've just done so much stuff on the internet. I freaking love the internet. And I'm also taking a class on Squarespace website design. I'm not too far along, but so far I really like it because it's giving me editing my MySpace page vibes, which is something I used to love doing, like love doing. I would find, I hope my dad doesn't see this, but I would find the password for the internet so I could go on late and I could go on MySpace and keep editing my page with HTML and like making things bold and making things centered and making things like different color backgrounds and all this stuff. And I thought that was so fun. And recently I was like, why don't I just do that more? Why don't I learn more about how to do that? So now I'm learning about CSS and HTML and a little bit of JavaScript, and it's really fun. It is hard to find time to do it because I have a 15-week-old, almost 4-month-old. But if I'm not learning something, I'm not happy. So anyway, that's kind of what's been going on in my life the last recently. I think I got 2 new subscribers since my last video, and I'm not mad at that. I think that's awesome. Maybe I'll get even more subscribers from this video. 2 more would be amazing. 1 would be amazing. So make sure you subscribe and like this video if you did like it. If you didn't like it, make sure you comment that I didn't like this video under this video because I love the engagement. But thank you for watching. I'm so glad that I showed up this week. I am sweaty. I'm eating ice cream. The baby is still asleep. And it's almost 9 p.m. So I am going to pump. I will be back again next week because I said I was going to show up consistently. And by God, I'm going to show up. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to be on the internet. Okay? So have a good week and make sure you subscribe. Bye.